I'm recording every lie. I'm archiving every distortion. I am Ibrahim Traoré, child of the Sahel, son of Sankara, voice of the risen generation, and today I'm pulling off your masks. No more veils, no more silence. The world must finally know who you truly are. You are deception, you are manipulation. You are engineered famines, orchestrated chaos, planned debt, neocolonialism, white supremacy in economic disguise, and imperialism parading as democracy. Yes, you heard me. I, whom you call a young military junta leader, whom you brand a dangerous radical, whom your media packages as an anti-Western dictator, am now telling the truth. And this time, you will not cut the mic. This time, you will not turn away your cameras. This time, your editors will not filter, trim, or spin my words, because the world you monopolize no longer exists. This is the digital age, and millions will hear this truth directly, unfiltered, unbent, and unbowed. I am 34 years old, and like millions of African children, I grew up under your spell. We watched our continent on your television screens, always the same story: children with flies on their faces, cracked soil, dead cattle, war, guns, disease, hopelessness, shame. You told us this was Africa. You told the world this is who we are. And for a time, we believed you. We believed we were cursed. We believed we were backwards. We believed we needed you to save us. But then we read, we studied, we questioned, we remembered, and we realized the Africa you sold to the world was a lie. The destiny you forced on us was a script you wrote to maintain your control. For over a century, you showed the world Africa through a keyhole of misery, never once opening the door to truth. In your media, CNN, BBC, France 24, New York Times, Le Monde, you reduce us to begging bowls and bloodshed. No hope, no growth, no resistance, no pride, no innovation, no victory. So I ask you, how many times have you led with the Rwandan tech revolution, where fiber optic cables are spreading across villages? Where is the headline on Ethiopia planting over 350 million trees in a single day in 2019? How many times did you highlight Botswana's clean democratic transitions, Namibia's solar boom, or Kenya's fintech innovation like M-Pesa, which revolutionized global mobile payments? You ignored them all, because a prosperous Africa disrupts your narrative. A stable Africa exposes your theft. A sovereign Africa is your nightmare. You claim Africa is poor, but ask yourselves, how can the richest continent on earth be poor unless someone is stealing from it? Here are the facts, the numbers you won't print. Africa holds 70% of the world's cobalt reserves. Your phones, laptops, and electric cars do not function without it. Cobalt comes from Congo, yet Congolese cannot afford the devices they make possible. Africa owns 90% of the world's platinum, vital for medical implants, catalytic converters, and electronic circuits. Extracted from South Africa, but millions remain unemployed and trapped in townships built during apartheid. Africa produces 30% of the world's gold from Mali, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Tanzania. Yet our people swim in poverty while gold flows to Europe. Africa supplies 60% of the world's diamonds from Botswana, Angola, Sierra Leone. Yet diamond workers earn less than $1 a day, and many of their villages have no clean water. Africa holds 35% of the world's uranium from Niger, Namibia, South Africa. French cities shine bright with our uranium, while Niger's villages remain in the dark. And still you ask, why is Africa poor? The real question is, how has Africa been kept poor while being unimaginably rich? And here is your answer. Colonialism didn't die. It rebranded. You no longer invade with soldiers. You arrive with contracts. You no longer rule with whips. You rule with debt, interest rates, and conditional loans. You no longer steal through force. You steal through shell companies, transfer pricing, tax havens, and IMF demands. Let me give you names, numbers, receipts, the kind you won't publish. Glencore, a Swiss mining giant, made $256 billion in revenue in 2022. It paid the Congo just $500 million in taxes. That's 0.2%. Is that justice or organized theft? Rio Tinto, British-Australian company, extracts 20 million tons of bauxite every year from Guinea. What's left for Guinea? Deforestation, cancer clusters, and polluted water. Total Energies, French oil giant, profited 36 billion last year. It drills in Nigeria, Angola, and Congo. But what does Africa receive? Corruption, broken pipelines, and dead rivers. Anglo-American born in South Africa, now headquartered in London, exports diamonds, platinum, iron, and coal. Yet South Africa has over 6 million unemployed miners. These are the ones we can name. But what of the ones hidden in shadows? The secret contracts, offshore accounts, illegal profit shifting, and tax avoidance schemes. Every year, $88 billion is stolen from Africa through illegal financial flows. You won't write about this. But every time $45 billion in aid is sent to Africa, your cameras are there. Let me tell you the truth. Africa is not receiving aid. Africa is giving aid. We are financing your comfort. We are powering your cities. We are bleeding for your lifestyles. While you zoom in on a child's swollen belly, you pan away from the gleaming towers built with our stolen minerals. You made us ashamed of our heritage, our skin, our roots. But now we are awake. Now we remember. We are the children of kings, not beggars. We are the descendants of scientists, builders, astronomers, and healers. We will no longer bow. We will no longer beg. And we will no longer be silent. You call us radicals. You call us dangerous, but I tell you this. We are not dangerous. We are the danger to your system of theft. This time you cannot edit the speech. You cannot distort the footage. You cannot stop the tide. Africa is not rising. Africa has risen, and your time is up.